Good day, and welcome to Hiroshima University's English Podcast.
Hello everyone, thank you for coming to Culture Cops. I'm Kay.
And I'm Joe.
皆さん、今日は世界で一番有名な国、The United States に来ています。
That's right.
Joe, what is the most beautiful city in the United States?
I will say one of the most beautiful cities is San Francisco. It's true. And that's what our dialogue is about today.
What are some good places in San Francisco?
First, very famously, you have the Golden Gate Bridge.
ゴールデンゲートブリッジですね。
That's right. And just north of the Golden Gate Bridge, on the other side from San Francisco, it's a place called Marin County, and a lot of rich people live there. For example, George Lucas, movie director.
映画監督のスター・ウォーズとか作った人も住んでるリッチな場所らしいです。
That's right. A lot of rich people live just north of San Francisco. And another good place in San Francisco for tourists, it's called Alcatraz Island. It's a kind of an island near the downtown.
Yes.
And in history, there was a prison there, and the most famous prisoner there was Al Capone.
Al Capone. そこは昔は囚人を収容するための施設だったそうですね。
Right. Al Capone was a famous gangster. So tourists go there today to learn a little about Al Capone. And another very, very famous thing in San Francisco are the cable cars.
路面電車みたいなものですね。
That's right. So when you go there, you can try to ride that. And also there's a cable car museum with some of the first cable cars way back in the 1870s. Another very good place in San Francisco is called Twin Peaks. It's a very high hill, kind of a small mountain next to San Francisco, and you can get a beautiful view of the city.
トゥインピークスからはとっても綺麗な景色が見れるそうです。
That's right. And a final thing you might want to do when you're in San Francisco is go to a San Francisco Giants baseball game. They're very famous, and usually they win, the San Francisco Giants.
今日はトレブがサンフランシスコで鳩に餌付けをしている女性に話しかけています。トレブは、失礼なんですけど、もしかして読み書きができないんですかというふうに女の人に聞いています。I don't mean to sound incredibly rude で、失礼に聞こえないといいんですけどっていうすっごく礼儀正しい言い方をしています。
Right. For example, I don't mean to interrupt you, but, two friends are talking, so you can say very politely,
I don't mean to interrupt you, but can I talk to you now?
That's right. Like that. Very polite.
で、literate って読み書きができるという意味です。
Right. Trev asks if she is literate. This is very, very strong. Of course she's literate, right? So it's kind of a little strange, his sentence here. First he's very polite, but then suddenly he gets very strong.
普通も聞かないですよね。読み書きができるかって。
Of course she is literate.
いやー。で、女の人はもちろんできますよというふうに言っています。でも、じゃあなんであそこの看板が読めないんですかみたいな感じでトレブが言っています。看板には、鳩に餌をやらないようにというふうに書いてあります。サンフランシスコ市内では鳩に餌をやってはいけないんですね。within で何々以内、そして city limit で市とか町の境界線という意味です。
Right, so Trev tells her that feeding the pigeons within San Francisco's city limits is illegal.
で、これを破ったらかなりの罰金を払わないといけないんですね。punishable で罰せられるべきという意味です。そして quite a hefty fine でかなりの量の罰金という意味です。
Again, feeding the pigeons within San Francisco's city limits is punishable by quite a hefty fine. A hefty means very heavy fine. You can say, I received a heavy fine or I received a hefty fine. It's the same.
すごい厳しいんですね。
Right. Hefty means heavy.
Yes.It's
kind of the same. For example, this is a very hefty box. But often they say a hefty fine. I had to pay a hefty fine.
Do you say a heavy fine as well?
Yes, very good. Very good. I had to pay a heavy fine.
で、女の人はなんでですかっていうふうに聞いています。トレブが言うには、たくさんの病気の元をたどると、人の餌から何か悪いものを鳩がもらってしまうのが病気の原因になっていることが多いんです。というふうに言っています。can be traced back to でどこどこまで元をたどれるという意味です。
Right. Again, Trev says that a lot of diseases for pigeons can be traced back to a human food like that.
Could you give some examples?
Sure. For example, tea ceremony can be traced back to before Senno Rikyu.
日本の茶道は千利休以前に遡ることができるんですね。
That's right. Tea ceremony can be traced back to even before Senno Rikyu.
And to give one more example,
Oh, in English class, I made this grammar mistake. My grammar error can be traced back to when I was in junior high school and my teacher didn't tell me that grammar.
この文法の問題が解けなかったのは私が中学校の時に先生がちゃんと教えてくれなかったせいだというふうに言っています。
Right, this grammar error I made today can be traced back to junior high school when my teacher didn't teach me so well.
で、女の人は理由が分かったので分かりました。次に鳩を餌付けしたくてうずうずしたら衝動は散財だと心に留めておきますというふうに言ってます。ちょっと長いので前半と後半に分けて説明しましょう。最初に何々したくてうずうずするという表現で彼女は to have the itching to 何々というのを使っています。itching ってかゆみっていう意味なんですけど、何々っていう行動をしたくてもかゆくなるぐらいうずうずするぐらいになったらというふうに言っています。
Right, it means you want to do something. For example, I have the itching to eat Italian food tonight. I have the itching to go there tomorrow. It's a funny little way to say, I want to. Try to use it.
で、その次に女の人は衝動は散財だと心に留めるっていうふうに言っています。To have the urge to splurge で衝動は散財という意味ですね。
Right, to have the urge to do something also means you want to do it. For example, again, I have the urge to eat Italian food tonight. Or I have the urge to go there tomorrow. Like that. And here again, she says to have the urge to splurge. To splurge, of course, is to spend a lot of money. I really splurged at the department store yesterday. I spent a lot of money. It's a good expression. You hear it a lot.
でもう一個ここでの表現が面白い理由があります。何かっていうと、ちょっと韻を踏んでるところなんですね。まず最初に彼女は I have the itching to feed a pigeon というふうに言っています。ここで itching と pigeon がちょっと同じような響きですよね。で、次に彼女は to keep the urge to splurge というふうに言っています。ここでも urge to splurge で韻を踏んでるんですね。
So again, in the dialogue, the woman says, next time I have the itching to feed a pigeon, I'll make sure to keep the urge to splurge in my mind.
つまり最終的に彼女が何を言いたかったっていうと、もしもどうしても鳩に餌付けをしたくなってももう我慢してしませんということですね。
Right. Next time I have the itching to feed a pigeon, I'll make sure to keep the urge to splurge in my mind. I won't do it.
そこら辺を踏まえてゆっくりなスピードでシャドーイングをしてみてくださいね。で、ポーズのところで早口で喋る練習をしてみてください。
Right. If you really say it, you will remember it.
Yes.
Try to do it in those pauses.
Ma'am?
Yes, officer?
I don't mean to sound incredibly rude. But are you literate?
Haha. Yes, officer. I certainly can read and write.
Great. Would you please read that sign to me?
It says, "Do not feed the pigeons."
And what were you just doing?
Feeding the pigeons?
Yes, ma'am. Feeding the pigeons within San Francisco city limits is illegal and punishable by quite a hefty fine.
May I ask why?
Many diseases can be traced back to pigeons that caught something from human food they were fed. Thus, it's better not to feed them, so we can all try to stay healthy.
Got it. Next time I have the itchin' to feed a pigeon, I'll make sure to keep the urge to splurge in my mind.
Ma'am,
Yes, officer?
I don't mean to sound incredibly rude, but are you literate?
Yes, officer. I certainly can read and write.
Great. Would you please read that sign to me?
It says, "Do not feed the pigeons."
And what were you just doing?
Feeding the pigeons?
Yes, ma'am. Feeding the pigeons within San Francisco city limits is illegal and punishable by quite a hefty fine.
May I ask why?
Many diseases can be traced back to pigeons that caught something from human food they were fed. Thus, it's better not to feed them, so we can all try to stay healthy.
Got it. Next time I have the itchin' to feed a pigeon, I'll make sure to keep the urge to splurge in my mind.
今日はサンフランシスコの観光地についてたくさん学ぶことができましたね。どこに行っても鳩に対する餌付けだけはちょっと気をつけましょうね。
Silly little law here. We'll see you next time at Hiroshima University's English Podcast. Bye.
Bye. 皆さんこんにちは。Questions from our listeners のコーナーです。イェイイェイ。And today's questions is to you, Joe.
Okay.
This is from Corn K in Hokkaido.
Corn K in Hokkaido.
Corn K.
Nice
I
name.
understand corn, but what's K? Do people often fly kites in America?
Fly kites, right.
Fly kites.
Okay. The answer is yes. It's probably about the same as in Japan, I think. Except in Japan, usually it's around New Year's,
Yeah.
right? But in America, no special time.
Oh, really?
I would say maybe in the spring, March, when the winds are pretty strong. Something like that is probably. But kites are not really associated with any particular time of the year in America. Any time is good. It's like that.
それではまだまだ Twitter、アプリのレビュー、Facebook で私たちへの個人的、文化的な質問をお待ちしております。それでは皆さんどしどし送ってください。バイバーイ。
See you.